Okay, tell the truth. How close are you and your pet? Oh, I gotta tell you, I love myself, my little Langston Hughes. He is my heart, my dream, my fur baby. But how far am I willing to go? Would you tell somebody my pet comes first, no matter what? Well, you're about to meet some people today whose furry friends, whose lizardy friends, whose reptile friends, and the rest come before anybody else in their life. Can you imagine playing second fiddle to a pet? Well, here's some folks who are not too happy about it in this episode.
Our first guest says she knew there might be trouble in their relationship when she first found out that her boyfriend wears a boa to bed. But wait a minute, it was when Big Bub started sticking his tongue out at her from across the room and slithering his way between the sheets that Tamika started to feel that she was getting squeezed out of this relationship. Who in the world is trying to squeeze you out of the relationship?
BB.
BB.
Yeah.
BB, I understand, likes to stick his tongue out at you?
Yes.
Likes to slip in bed with you?
Yes.
I hear you can't even watch a movie without him.
Can't.
You can't?
No.
So what effect is this having on your relationship, this BB?
Well, I feel neglected a lot, left out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And your boyfriend, does he ever make you feel better? I mean, does he say, look, we got to get rid of BB?
No.
Aren't you wondering who BB is? Yeah. Well, let's meet the boyfriend and 7-foot BB. Is that a boa constrictor? The lady over here said, oh, it's beautiful. Who said that? You like that?
Yes, it's gorgeous.
This was the lady who likes the ferret over here.
Yeah, you can keep your kids. Just give me the animals.
Give you the animals. So this is a 7-foot boa, I understand. Mm-hmm. Why in the world do you love a boa?
Because it gives me all the hugs I need.
He gives you all the hugs. That's not saying much for your girlfriend over there.
I could give you hugs, but you prefer him.
Tamika, how much time does he spend with this snake?
Every day.
Every day?
Every minute of the hour. Yeah.
Does the snake scare you?
Yes.
Has he ever hugged you a little too tight?
No.
You've never had a problem with that snake, Joe? I think he's about to have one now. Joe, if your voice goes up, we'll know why. But you've never had a problem?
No, never.
When you walk down the street, you carry him with you down the street?
Of course.
And what kind of reaction do you get? What do people say?
I mean, most people are amazed at him, and most people are amazed.
Most people what?
I mean, you get a lot of attention. I mean, I thought you would think you get a lot of negative publicity, but it's not like that.
You could actually walk in the street with that snake?
Mm-hmm.
It's not against the law?
No.
Really? And no one stops you?
No. Well, I mean, to see him, yeah, they'll stop me to see him.
Have you ever, oh, Tamika, he likes you. Wait a minute. Tamika, if that bothers you and you tell your boyfriend, keep that thing off of me, what's the reaction? Does he try to keep the snake?
See how the snake was just crawling on me?
Yeah.
That's what you let do. Let the snake crawl on me. He won't move it.
Does it allow anyone else to pet it?
Huh?
Can you allow anybody else to pet it?
Do I allow anyone else?
To pet the snake?
Not if they're scared of him, because 9 times 10 they'll drop him. Mm-hmm. And I don't let
I'm sorry, sweetheart. You need to get a life. The only thing wet and wiggly and bad should be your woman.
Joe?
Joe.
She only say that because she never slept with Big Bub, so.
Wait a minute. What is it sleeping with Big Bub?
I mean, he snuggles up under you.
Is he ever still? Is he ever still, or does he like wrap around your legs and?
Nah, he'll just get up under your body or something.
Does he snore?
Nah, he don't snore.
I just want to ask Joe, what would make him prefer the snake over a nice lady that he has right here?
It's not that I prefer the snake over her. It's just that even if she had a child, I would have to accept her as a package deal. So why can't she accept me? And it's the same. I mean, I love and care for the snake just like she would do her child. So.
You can put that to sleep. You can't put your kid to sleep.
No. I mean, that's just a matter of opinion.
Why didn't you get something like a goldfish?
No.
Snake man, huh? Yes.
How
Stand
long
up.
has he been going?
Stand up.
Oh, sorry. How long has he been going to bed with you? How long you had him?
Well, we had him a month, so.
You've been going to bed with him for a month?
No, every once in a while.
Oh, I thought every day.
I mean, I'll wait till she goes to sleep.
Have you ever not gotten to have a relationship or lost a friend or something over the snake?
Oh, no.
Well, Tamika, you might be the first. Yes, Fido could be fiddling with your fiance. Rover may be getting over in your house. I mean, is there a new chick in your yard? Stick around because some people are going to be in the dog house as we talk to folks who say, my pet comes first whether you like it or not. That's today on Rolonda. Unbelievable. He's about 30 pounds.
About 30 pounds.
But Trevor's out of style.
The latest fashion. Unbelievable. Wow. She said
you didn't went there. You didn't went there. Don't threaten Big Bub. Don't threaten Big Bub.
Don't play with Big
She didn't
Bub.
went there.
How'd you get the name?
Look at him.
Big Bub. He's a sweet animal. Yeah. So what do you feed him? Rats?
Rats.
No kidding. Oh, wait a minute, here. Get me out of this thing. Oh, God, thank you. Wow. You like this name? Unbelievable. He's about 30 pounds.
About 30 pounds.
But Trevor's out of style.
The latest fashion. Unbelievable. Wow. She said
You didn't went there.
Bear Cowboy food.
You didn't went there. Don't threaten Big Bub. Don't threaten Big Bub.
Don't play with Big Bub. The things we're willing to do to entertain you. Mamma mia. You know what mamas say? As long as you live under my roof, you're gonna do as I say. But what if mama is your cat? Well, mama sure has a tight paw in this household. I want you to meet Susan and Jeff. Hey, you guys.
Hi there.
What's this with the cat? The cat's really named Mama?
Mama.
Big Mama.
She is pretty
She's
big.
the boss.
She's the boss.
Yes.
How does the cat grow up to be the boss?
She was there before I was.
Really?
She rules the house.
The cat rules. Mama rules.
Mama rules.
So, give me an example of how Mama is the queen of her castle here.
I work late. I come home from work. Susan's on one side of the bed, our baby's in the middle, and the cat's in the other spot. I sleep on the floor sometimes or on the couch.
No way.
Yeah, because if I kick her off the bed, then there's cat hairs everywhere, and I'll start sneezing. And
He's allergic.
You're allergic?
He's
to cat hair.
To cat hair.
My eyes will get red. My back of my throat will be scratchy. I'll sneeze.
It has gotten better though since a year's passed now, and it's.
Well, Susan, you think it's just gonna go away?
It's gotten better, so we're hoping. We're hoping it's gonna do.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't get rid of the cat?
No.
What does that cat mean to you?
Oh, she's like my first child. She's my child. I just had a little boy, and she's my little girl. I love her to death.
Jeff, did you know this when you started dating Susan?
I knew about Mama, but I didn't realize she slept in the bed, and she's got claws, and I've been scratched. My feet, I mean, they get clawed all the time.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. When Susan's not around, do you say and do things to the cat? Come on, tell me. Come on, tell us what you do when Susan's not looking.
I put a sock on her head and watch her walk back.
Okay, you saying that cat means a lot to you? Well, what does he mean to you? If he sneezes and he's allergic to it, why don't you at least try to give it another home?
Yeah.
Well,
he'll only sneeze like 5 or 6 times, and then it'll be fine for the rest of the day.
What if your kid was allergic to the cat? What if your kid was allergic? What if your kid plays with the cat and it scratches? Still got the claws, right?
It's got the claws.
claw? You got to claw the cat, you have a kid now. You got to think of these things.
Oh, I've thought about it,
him.
but I'll put you in a fist fight too and put you with no arms.
With the cat.
Well, if he ever got out, it's her only protection.
If he ever got it, it'd be too late. The kid would be scratched up already.
You're not going to declaw the cat with baby now?
The furniture that we borrowed,
you got to declaw that cat. It's still a good cat.
She says, why don't you want to declaw the cat?
I don't feel it's, number one, humane to do that, and number two, if it was to get out, it's his only way of protection.
What is this about? What happens? Wait a minute, everybody. You got to talk on the microphone, okay? What happens at 6 in the morning with this cat?
Oh, God. Let me tell you. She is a bird watcher. And I come home late from work. I'm just, in that nice, comfortable sleep. And then all of a sudden you just hear her scratching on the blinds. Because if the windows are closed, she likes to look at birds. And I have to open the blinds up, or if the patio door's closed, I got to open the patio door. And she goes out, and then we leave the door open all day, and we've got the air on. We live in Atlanta, so it's really hot. Our electricity bill, the air is always on, because she leaves the door open for the cat.
This question is to Joe and his girlfriend.
Joe and Tamika.
I see that you're trying to put the snake on her, to get her to accept it. If you find that she cannot accept the snake as you have accepted the snake, are you going to get rid of the snake for her, or are you going to get rid of her?
It's up to her.
So Tamika, what do you want to do? What you going to do? How much time are you going to give him? Because you've only been around the snake for 30 days, right? About a month, you said.
Those snakes
so
live a long time.
Are you going to try to accept the snake, or are you going to try to get out that relationship?
Well, I'm accepting the snake.
You're accepting the snake?
Yeah.
Well, let's meet Mama. Back over to the cat, sorry. This is Mama. Where is Mama, the cat? She has her own pillow. Pretty cat. Pretty cat. For those people who are watching who just don't get it with this cat business, tell me what this cat really means to you.
What, Wiley?
She is everything to me. She's, been such a good companion for the past 2 years, and, she's always there when I get home, always there in the morning. She's just...
But man said, where's she gonna go? She's a cat. You'd be surprised. We're gonna take a break. Coming up, what do you do when you have to keep a pooper scooper by your bed? When we come back, we're gonna meet poofers. He might have an appropriate name. Understand, he smells so bad the neighbors won't come to the house. We'll be right back. You have pets?
Comfortable in your home. You want the pet to feel lovable. You want the pet to feel full and energetic and make it look beautiful, because when you walk down the street, people look at you and at the dog. You want the person to say, look how beautiful he or she is. So it's not ridiculous or crazy how much I spend on my dog.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying the Rolonda Show. Please leave your comments, and if you like this episode, hit the like button. If you want to know when the next episode is going to drop, hit the subscribe button. But stay in touch and follow me in social media at Rolonda Watts. That's ROLONDA at Rolonda Watts. And go and check out my website at Rolonda.com, ROLONDA.com.
You know, in everybody's neighborhood, there seems to be one dog that gets on everybody's nerves. In the case of Kathy and Tony, it's their dog, Poofers. Now, wait a minute. When I just met them, they were telling me that the three of you have been having a good time in New York City.
Yes.
Tell me what you did with Poofers today.
We took her on a Hanson cab ride through Central Park, and we took her to meet Muji Berg and Sarah Jewell by David Letterman's place, and then Rupert at the Hello Deli. And oh, look at the cute little doggy.
Oh, you like that little doggy too?
Yeah, that's a great. She's been an angel, and she's paralyzed. She can't really walk well, but the carpet in the hotel she was able to walk on, so she was running up and down the halls.
Running up and down the hall. There's Poofers. Why do you have to have a poop scoop by your bed?
Oh, God.
Well, see, we have 3 dachshunds. We have Max, Poofers, and Lukey. And they all sleep in our bed unless Poofers won't let Lukey sleep. And well, once when we first had Max, we didn't have him too long, we gave him pig ears. And well, the pig ear went in one end and out the other. And Tony rolled over.
Onto a pig ear?
No, onto what came out the other end.
What used to be the pig ear. And it was at 5:30 in the morning.
So he woke up a little early for work that day.
Yeah, I hope you showered.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Kathy told all my friends at work, and all day long they were asking me how I like my new alarm clock.
Oh, no. What are some other funny Poofer stories? Where'd you get the name Poofer? Poofers.
Please. See, Poofers is actually the second dachshund I've had, actually third, but my cousin got my first dachshund for me when my parents got divorced, Frida. I was 6. And my special name for Frida was Poofers. And after Frida died, I was like 21, and then when I got my own place and everything, I was able to get a dog, and I got this little dachshund. She spoke to me. My brother and I'd go on dachshund rescue missions to the pet stores, and if they had a dachshund I liked, I'd play with it and stuff. And if it was still there the next week,
She still
I
does
said
that with the pet stores.
I'd have to buy it. Usually they were gone, but anyway, Poofers wasn't. So I named her Poofers because I thought she was the reincarnated spirit of Frida.
How sweet. That's good, though. Well, we have somebody else who would like to add to this conversation on Poofers. Let's welcome Bill, Kathy's brother. Come on out.
The dog is partially...
Poofers did it on his lap. So what do you think of that dog?
That's one of the things living with Poofers. She doesn't have any feeling back there, so she goes when she goes.
Aw, poor digital
We're taking her to the euthanasia factory when we get home.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you're letting her lick you in the mouth?
She likes lipstick.
She is. So tell us your story of Poofers. You have a favorite Poofer story?
Well, I think this is going to be the best one.
That's going to be the best one yet.
Well, Poofers is, my sister got her about 8 years ago. And when she married Tony, I thought that, we would still get along and we'd be able to do things. But ever since she's had the dog, we haven't been able to do a thing because she won't let me in the house. The dog won't let me in the house.
The dog won't let you in the
house. Not me, Poofy. It's your fault, Bill.
Why not?
He used to bark at her when she was a puppy, and
that's why she has this problem.
Right, exactly. When she wasn't home, I'd go and peek in between her curtains at her apartment and start making faces at the dog. Now it hates me. So
a lot of Kathy's friends did that.
Tamika, that snake is looking a lot better, isn't it? Yeah. Any question, comments? Okay.
How?
My question is, what are you going to do about declawing the cat? Because if the cat scratches your husband, I mean, does it ever scratch you? I mean,
no. I mean, right now,
scratch the baby. He should be declawed. I'm sorry. I'm serious.
Well,
He should be serious. Shouldn't wait until
You said that you fixed the cat. What about declawing it? You fixed it, but you won't declaw it?
Well, do you know how many unwanted cats and dogs there are right now? If people don't.
So what? It doesn't matter. You might as well just declaw it anyway.
It's her cat. She can have claws. You want to say something?
I was going to say the same thing about if you're going to declaw it or neuter it, you're still doing what isn't natural. You're having something that's done man-made, by a doctor. So you're doing.
You know what?
The baby.
I like to ask a question about the cat sucking the baby's breath. When
Never
there's milk
happened.
on it.
The cat loves the baby. She's never done anything.
The cat may love that baby.
That's a
But
myth.
when
It's
it's not a myth. It's not a myth.
myth.
I've seen it done. I walked in the room and seen my niece with the cat right up on her breath, sucking every bit of breath.
Snakes are attracted to baby because of the milk. That's only a myth.
It's a myth.
It's no snake that's attracted to milk at all.
I saw with my own eyes.
They don't even have a snake that's
Oh, no, I'm not
that's
talking about
breastfed.
snake.
This cat's never.
A cat can't
A
take
snake that's
child's
breastfed.
breath.
That is too much for the kid. Yes, sir.
Question for Big Joe. How much does it cost to feed the snake?
How much?
How much does it cost?
How much does it cost?
To
A
feed
rabbit only costs about $5.
Like, you know how the dog just peed on him? Does your snake ever, pee on you?
No.
Oh, we got to take a commercial break now. Coming up next, we're going to meet a husband who is still wondering why he ever bought those birds for his wife. He says he sometimes feels himself like flying the coop. We'll talk to him soon. Right?
I wear this when we go shopping. Sometimes I just go in a shopping bag, right? She likes to give her mommy kisses. Say hi to Daddy.
Now, if you're going to be in the New York area and would like free tickets to Rolonda, well, please call us at 212-650-2060.
Guest's wife of 15 years said, cooking is for the birds. Well, Bob had no idea that he'd have to take his wife literally. So what are you here squawking about, Bob?
All these birds.
All these birds.
These birds.
She cooking? She actually, how does she, I understand she has a strange way of feeding them.
Oh yeah. She cooks for the birds every day. She'll cook for the birds before she cooks for me.
What in the world do you cook for a bird?
Well, they eat everything we eat. That's part of their diet. Cockatoos, they need the nutrients that people do.
How many do you have? 2
of them.
Now, what do these birds mean to you, Bob?
Oh, I love them to death. I think the world of these birds, but let's get real, Come on, Mom, cook for me.
Oh! So the birds are getting more attention at the dinner table than you are.
Yeah, I work nights. I come home off the road, and I daggone, be nice for Mom to get up, maybe cook me something, but we'll get up and cook them birds something for breakfast.
The birds, why don't you try cooking them birds, Bob? No, I'm sorry, no, just kidding. Sorry, Humane Society.
That'd be a high dollar plate.
Does this cause arguments between you and your wife? Does it ever cause a problem, really?
Yeah, sometimes it does. There's times where I'll come home and raise 10 kinds of over these birds, yeah. Things that I have to replace in the house every time they chew up a piece of furniture, well, that's another $500.
So they just fly free all over the house?
Yeah, basically, whenever they want to get out, they get out and do what they want to do, more or less.
Tell us one of the funniest stories you'll never forget about these cockatoos.
Oh, man. I don't know. Well, yeah. My neighbors, they're good people. My next-door neighbors, we've swapped back things here and there, and couches, and I've worked and did some work on his house, and he's worked on my house, and we trade, and give me some furniture, right? And it's some nice looking wood furniture, and I thought, oh great, this is cool, this is some real nice stuff. Well, I come off the road one day and it's all chewed up.
No.
Yeah.
What'd you do to the bird that day?
I didn't do nothing to the bird. I just got
What'd you do to your wife that day?
what I like to do to my wife that day.
Where is your wife? Let's meet her.
Got me. You got her.
Come on, darling, with your cockatoos. Carol. See on TV. Those are quite some birds.
Let me have her.
Carol, what you been cooking for them?
Anything they want.
Anything they want?
Anything.
What are their names?
This one.
Oh, they love me to death.
This one's Cherry Ann, and that one's Angel Marie.
Angel Marie. They even have middle names, y'all. So when your husband says, you know, honey, why don't you cook for me? How do you explain that you got to cook for 2 cockatoos before you take care of your man?
Well, he knows how to get his own food.
Get your own worm, Bob. Yes. No, you were.
Question. If everybody up here on the panel, it's the women, except for him, he likes a snake. But if you feel you're with your soulmate, I guess, because all of you live together, I assume, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Why would you put your animals in front of your soulmates?
Because the animals can't take care of themselves.
The animals can't take care of themselves.
The animals can't take care of themselves.
I mean, I'm saying, no, what I'm saying is,
They understand.
if you feel it's your soulmate, why would you put your animals before him? Like him, he's getting scratches on his toes. She's scared to death. She don't want to be in the house with the snake. She's scared. No, him, he's getting scratched on the toes and all of that.
That's right. Deep down,
she hit this.
Wait a minute, you can't talk when the mic's over here, honey. I'll get over that way. But go on. Say, why would you do?
She had the dog when I met her, so I knew what I was getting into. With this one,
It's a package deal. That's Joe.
Yeah, Joe, when you're making love to your girl, is the snake wrapped around you?
Well, first of all, I don't. It's not that I have a problem with her. I don't put the snake before her. She have a problem with Big Bub. He don't have a problem with her, so.
That's just how I feel.
Who is the lady?
He don't mind her being with us.
But does she?
I have a lot of questions.
Just one.
Okay. Oh, just one. Can I do 2? Because I can do this one. I wanted to ask, aren't you concerned about, I have a phobia against snakes. One fell in my tub when I was a child and I lived in the South.
My sister does too.
But I live in New York, and once I was standing by a man who had a boa, like you, and just, I mean, I froze. But aren't you concerned about people who, have panic attacks or whatever from say, to see a boa on the street, because it's not your average animal? And the other thing I want to say
Wait,
is,
let me answer that first. Do you get afraid of giving people heart attacks?
No.
No. Okay.
You obviously, the people that's complaining, I feel that you obviously enjoy it, because otherwise you wouldn't be there. I know if I knew a man who had a snake, and I probably wouldn't date that man as horrible as that sound, because I'm terrified.
That snake could bring you to a whole lot closer.
Well, first of all, he'd have to want you.
Yes. Come on, over here.
First of all, I got something to say to these 2 couples on the end right over here. Obviously, you 4 over here don't have a good relationship. You're not secure about yourselves, because if you were, you would not allow some animals to come between the 4 of y'all. Y'all need to get it together if you love one another. Get it together.
Go on, Bill. Wait a minute. Yes, Bill.
Wait just a minute. These animals have come between my sister and I. I don't even go over to their house anymore. You can see why, number 1.
I can see why.
Number 2, I've lost about a dozen pair of shoes where the dogs take a liking to shoes before they allow me into the house. So.
Now, don't you train your dogs?
What?
Don't you train your
dogs? They
dogs?
are trained not to like anybody.
Oh, she's paralyzed. She can't help it. But the foot thing?
I'd rather be pissed off.
What about you over there, Jeff?
I don't think the cat's really in the way of the relationship. I just think that the cat sometimes gets more priority than me, because we went to move out of our apartment. And we wanted to move to another area, and the cat was the final say on where the apartment was going to be.
Wait a minute, you tried to relocate, the cat didn't like it?
Well, the reason is the cat likes birds. We put a bird feeder up, and she jumped out at a bird and fell off the balcony. So when we moved, We tried to move, and we couldn't. We found an apartment was on the 3rd story. We couldn't take that in case she fell again. We found another apartment on the 1st floor, but she doesn't want her to get fleas, so we found a 2nd floor, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, real nice apartment. But it faced the parking lot, and there was no birds for the cat to look at, so we didn't.
Oh, Jeff! Doesn't this whole thing about this cat just get on your nerves sometimes?
I just think she gets more priority than I do sometimes.
Well, what is that saying to you in this relationship?
I guess the cat was there first.
You need to get a house 25 floors up.
Did you know that he felt that way, Susan? That's pretty heavy.
I think he really loves this cat. I mean, yesterday through the travel and everything with him, he was so concerned about her. He really does love her. He's the one that gets up at 4:30 in the morning when the cat has no food, runs to the grocery store just to get the cat a treat.
Susan, I think you're in denial because Jeff doesn't like that. He doesn't act like that.
I get.
Question over here.
I don't tell him to
Question over here. Question over here.
I got a question for Joe and Tamika. I used to have 2 corn snakes, and I know when they go to the bathroom, the smell is horrendous. Do you ever worry about the snake goes to the bathroom in bed? Sometimes when they're nervous, they discharge. Do you ever worry about that?
No, I don't worry about it because the dog do it, 2 or 3 times a day? And the snake do it maybe twice a month.
Joe says, I like the smell of a zoo.
I mean, it's...
He don't be in the bed with us all the time. You know, it's every once in a while.
Okay, let me take a quick break. I'll come back to you. Coming up next, one relationship therapist is going to join us who says that it's important that these couples find out what's really behind that fight over Fido, or their relationship could go to the dogs. We'll be right back in a minute.
No matter how you look, no matter what time of day, they are there with you. And they give you that unconditional love, and that's why they're better sometimes than family members.
Come on.
Oh, look there. Yes, he does. Look at little Titchy. I want you to meet Titchy the ferret. How many ferrets do you have?
2.
2. Titchy, and who's that one?
Merlin.
Merlin and Titchy. Why?
Why? Well, when we got Merlin first, they're very, very different. We didn't know anything about them. I had a cat. My cat's 8 years old. I put him in a cage. I watched him want to get out of it. And at about 2 months, he ran up the stairs of the house. He made himself comfortable. Made himself a bed next to the bed.
He made himself a sandwich. He decided to stay.
He made himself a bed in my underwear drawer.
I'm sorry?
He made himself a bed in my underwear drawer.
I see. Is that where he got the little hat?
Well, he didn't want to come naked to your show.
Titchy! Boy, I tell you. Listen, before your feathers get too ruffled over your lover's pet parakeet, I want you to meet the relationship doctor, Dr. Deborah Cooper, who is the cat's meow when it comes to advice, we might say. She's telling these couples, don't duck the issues, because you're not a quack, doctor. Well, we're playing on all these animal things. But it was a pun. But you saying that a lot, like what we were asking over here, Jeff feels really put out by mama, not his mother, but the cat.
Yes.
You know, and the cockatoos get fed before Bob does.
Right.
What are these things saying? Or what we have to be careful of?
Well, what we're looking at is that there's, at an underlying level, a problem with intimacy. Many times it's a way of expressing anger and a high need for control. I'm the one in charge of this relationship. I'm the one that's not going to let go of my rights with my pets.
Joe, is that the way you feel? You're smiling awfully big over there.
No, that was established from the beginning.
Now, see, this is, but he has to
So in other words, the snake has nothing to do with it.
Now, he also has what I call, I have letters for it, but it's called an attention-getting device, because he needs a lot of attention, so he chooses an animal that is really outrageous. So he has a strong need for attention.
I never had a problem with it.
Well, he definitely gets attention.
I've always gotten attention. I mean, that's never been a problem for me.
Well, you just need more. You need more, so you carry a snake around.
I think he's forcing it on her, and girlfriend, he would have to go. Because if you can't accept it, kick him to the curb.
What would you say if a guy told you that about your child, or if you have a
If I
child?
cannot deal with it, you would have to go. You would either take me or the snake.
And it wouldn't be you.
That's why I'm not with you. I am a man, honey. I wouldn't want you. I wouldn't want you.
The girlfriend said, I got a snake.
The only problem I see with these two, you've been touching your snake for about, what, an hour now? You haven't touched your lady at all. I would have a problem with that.
The problem with these AGDs, with the attention-getting devices, is that they're a substitute. They now help them not have to deal with any potential rejection. So these people ultimately can have a fear of rejection and a need for control and a difficulty with intimacy, because you can't really be intimate with a cat or a dog or a bird or a snake.
Susan, you can't be intimate with Mama.
I think this is a pretty intimate position right here.
I know that there are a lot of people that don't believe that because they have their animals and they feel that they're intimate. It is a different kind of intimacy. You cannot tell me that it is anything but a substitute for real human intimacy.
I mean, I get all the attention I want from Tamika. I mean, I just love my snake.
Well, she's putting up with you.
I mean, I don't have a problem.
Now, there's a problem with the partners that are with these people that are putting up with this behavior.
Poor Jeff over there.
I put up because I love her and I know she loves her cat, and I would never ask her to get rid of something that meant that much to her.
But, okay.
You like that, huh?
There's still the problem, Jeff, which is you're feeling as though you're getting chosen, you're second best. I mean, that's what I'm hearing in many of these situations, to the point of, of people sleeping with their pets where it's, they wouldn't have their children sleep in the same bed.
Well, he sleeps in the bed.
And that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't have the children because it's not a good behavioral way to deal with children, and it's not a good way for the relationship. So it's clearly saying, I accept being second best. I am therefore not as important. My self-esteem stinks, and therefore you have to look at the individual and say, he might just be a real wimp.
Do you have pets? Do you have pets?
The issue isn't about that. It's about the relationship.
Do you have pets?
I would not have a pet in my bed. I would not have a bed.
Do you have pets?
Yes.
Okay.
I would not have my pet poop on someone.
Pooped on the Rolonda show, though, okay? When we come back, we're going to see what our audience has to say about all this. We'll be right back. Are you okay? Did you cry off a little? Yeah, okay, give me my thumb back. Are you as obsessed as these folks here?
Sort of. New York is an isolating place, and having dogs makes New York a much more humane place. You meet people, you talk with people. And
I hear a way to meet a really great guy is to walk your dog down the street. Really?
I definitely agree.
Really?
Yes, I've made more friends.
Just walking the dog?
Oh, yes.
Oh, they've got dog parks where you can go and meet people.
Oh, yeah. Dog Hill.
Dog Hill, that's right, that's right. But when it goes too far, now I know that this, you didn't agree with what the doctor was saying there at all, huh?
I don't either.
I don't either.
That all of these animals are covering up something you're missing in your relationship.
And, big deal. What if they are, At least we're not going out and, flipping through a porno book or whatever. I mean, we all have enough.
He just puts the dog on his lap. Yes.
Hi, this is a question for all of you. What happens if your animal dies? What are you going to do?
We have two others.
She's going to have a nervous breakdown.
He has a snake at home.
It cost me $10,000 to bury these birds.
Stand up.
Rolonda, I just wanted to make a statement. Someone in the audience said something about declawing being unnatural. The lady in the flower dress?
Mm-hmm.
You thought declawing is unnatural?
No. Susan did.
That's me. All right, declawing is unnatural.
And the point is?
I mean, it's not natural, but neutering animals is not unnatural, but people do it because unwanted animals suffer. So there's a need to neuter animals and have your animals faded.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Because I don't hate animals. I have a kid. I have a kid. Listen. I have 3 kids. I had animals. I got 3 animals, 3 kids.
Wait, come here.
When you go to a person's house, the cat isn't tied up. It's like let loose, running around the house, right? Now, if that cat attacks my son, what do I do?
Okay.
If it's got claws and it rips my son's face up and mocks my kid.
The only thing, well, I hope that wouldn't happen. But the only thing a dog or a cat is going to do is bite you and scratch you, but they have to be provoked. You don't know what people are thinking to do.
Yes. She lets her cat out in the yard. She lets her cat to defend herself. That's all plausible.
People are much more dangerous.
Are you listening here? Are you listening?
All right. Yes, come on.
Well, I feel that pet owners are insensitive to the human race. And I personally hate animals simply because...
Don't hold back. Speak your mind.
I have a Mercedes. An unleashed dog hit my Mercedes. I got out of the car, followed this crippled animal home that was so useless it wouldn't die. But I followed the animal home. The owners would not even own up to the fact that that was their dog, even when the police came. So I was stuck with the bill, I was stuck for paying for my car, in which the dog was unleashed, and the owner should have paid for it because he should have had a leash. You mean then you think about this? Look, think about this.
5 dogs. I'll name you 5 dogs by name.
And then think about this. At 3 o'clock in the morning, when you're trying to sleep, you have a neighbor that have 40 hound dogs, and at 3 o'clock in the morning they decide to all start barking. When you call him and tell him to quiet them down, he say he don't hear him. So I found a solution. In the wintertime, no, you don't even have to hurt them. In the wintertime, they can't stand water and they don't like to be cold. So get your high-powered hose and go shoot them.
Wait a minute, we'll be back in a minute. We just spray them down, huh?
Yeah, you better know they're free. They don't play anymore. Summer or winter. That's right, they dogs like this.
To some extent, my pets do rule my life in that I often come home from work at lunch to walk them. I'm often accused of spending too much time and money on my pets. Some people think that it's strange that I have several sets of leashes for my pets, and these leopard skin leashes have received some criticism.
We're back. What were some other points, Deborah, that you wanted to make? Some other points that you wanted to make about pets and when pets can get in the way of a relationship?
Well, a lot of times they can be what's called the identified patient. In a relationship and in a family, one person who is either misbehaving or is the object of attention can help keep the relationship together. So all the focus of attention gets on that, but it becomes unhealthy when it's over attention.
Can an animal in a relationship ever bring you closer together? Can it make a relationship
Absolutely, just
work?
like having a child can. But it can get to a point where it's unhealthy and becomes abusive to one of the partners, and there becomes an imbalance in the relationship and an imbalance in the control.
Like poor Bob hadn't had a hot cooked meal since the cockatoos arrived.
I got a question for her to spraying the dogs off.
The frozen dog lady, yes.
Yeah. How could you do that? How would you like it if I was to stand you out in an ice cold freezer and spray you down with daggone light?
I wouldn't wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning barking. Why would your dog bark at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I don't particularly care too much for these guys, but you see her on my
Oh, well, how
shoulder.
would you like it if I cook you a big meal for the rest of your life then, since you don't get food, remember?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm a truck driver, I know where to go eat, but hey, these things have cost me more money than I paid for them, and I still don't go try to hurt them.
I think she's just freezing them.
to death.
That's what you want to say.
I wanted to ask him, how big was his other snake?
How big was your other snake, Joe?
The other one was about 3.5 feet long.
How much did you pay for that one?
What happened to him?
Tamika, did
You want to know how much do snakes cost?
If you get one about this size, it costs about $400 or $500. Because the last one,
the couple with the dachshund.
The couple with the Dachshund.
Yeah. She's laughed because her husband has been rolled over and got messed in bed. We saw what happened to the brother. So far, it hasn't happened to her. Is she going to be so laughing and so funny when she rolls over in the mess?
Well, it's happening. I mean, with her not having control, it's happened a lot. I mean,
Well, then if you
believe
know
me.
the dog doesn't have control, you don't keep it in the bed.
This isn't the one that did it.
That's what we
It was
do.
another
With her, you can take her to the bathroom before you put her to bed, and she's fine all night.
Do doggies have diapers?
Oh, it's the
Yes, but she rips them off. I
It
mean,
was-
she's even got a little chariot, but she hates it, so she flips it over and crawls out.
And it was the other dog that went in bed, and it was something he ate, and
It was a pig ear. Okay.
Again, a lot of times when it's when the dog or the animal or the cat or the snake become an unhealthy pattern in the relationship, it becomes almost a power issue, and it becomes for me, being a therapist, I can look at this snake and say, this seems so much like a phallic symbol, like a substitute penis. It just,
I think that she can.
it's a way to be the man, the masculine person. So you really, I think that in some of these situations, not all of them, but that some therapy would be helpful. Couples therapy. Even where it is.
What do you want to say?
that
I think that you can analyze us in such a way. I think people like this lady here in the red, I think, need a lot more therapy than any people up here that give love to their animals. You got the problem.
We'll be right back in a minute. Come on, shout. Come say hello. Stop being so shy. Hi, everybody. These are my own pets. My cats, Siamese cats, Twist and Shout. We left their brother Woody at home. But, you know, I don't get really obsessed with them, but I know how important they are. When you've had a rough day and all the world seems wrong, a little Twist and Shout always makes you feel better. But I must say this, if I ever find that man in my life, and he comes in and he says, Ro, we got to get rid of the cats, that or I'll marry you. See you, girls. One just took off. See you later. We'll see you next time on Rolonda. glad you watched this episode of Rolonda, and there are plenty more to enjoy. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button. Want to know when the next one's going to drop? Hit the subscribe button and follow me in social media at Rolonda Watts and check out my website at Rolonda.com. You can also check out my podcast at RolondaOnDemand.com. Thanks so much for watching. Now go out there and do something good.